Bienvenidos chicos y chicas. Welcome back boys and girls to Español con Webster. This is week 6 of online learning. I wanted to come out here to this particular place to show you something different. We are actually at a location that's called the Margate Blunt Archaeological Park. I'll go ahead and say that again, Margate Blunt Archaeological Park. It's actually a really kind of cool place because they found fossils here, and this is a secure site. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this. I just want to go ahead and wish you a happy week, boys and girls. This is week 6, like I just said. All assignments for this week are actually due on Friday as usual, April 24th by 1 p.m. You can see that this place has fenced out so no one can come in. And I'm going to just let you know a couple interesting details for those of you who are pretty interested in archaeology. Okay, so one of the cool things about this place is the Parkland Mammoths. One of the things that they explain is that during the development of Parkland, archaeologists and also construction workers actually found hundreds of fossil bones from extinct mammoths and other animals. And the bones that they found are at least 11,000 years old, and they actually are one of the largest fossil deposits here in Broward County. So I thought that was kind of cool. And also another thing about Parkland and the legacy is that Margate Blunt, where we're actually standing, was a little small island in the Everglades, and the island was actually inhabited by Tequesta Indians. And the archaeologists, they found bones of turtles and fish and a bunch of other animals like snakes and mammals on this particular site that you're looking at. And apparently this territory stretched from the Florida Keys all the way to the vicinity of Boca. That was all the Tequesta's land. And they think, according to all these archaeologists, that this site was occupied from AD 500 through AD 1750. So it's kind of neat that we have this and that they found all those things, kind of like give you a glimpse into the history of Florida. Just thought I'd show you that, guys. Want to wish you an amazing week. You're looking at the sunset here, and I'm also going to show you the chart that they have here at the Margate Blunt Archaeological Park. And you can see how there's a little map of what they think things look like back then. And there's a little image of a Tequesta Indian. So let's get inside and let's get to work. Bienvenidos chicos y chicas. Welcome back, boys and girls, to Español con Webster. This is week 6, assignment 6, lesson 6. Chicos y chicas, boys and girls, this video is for grade 7. So grade 7, we're going to continue with our capítulo 4. And before we do that, we want to do a quick introduction, which is going to be a little greeting between me and Victoria. So after we're doing this, guys, you can repeat this either with us or after us. Just wanted you to hear the greeting. Buenos días, Victoria.
Buenos días, señora Webster.
¿Cómo estás hoy día?
Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted?
Muy bien, gracias. All right, so now that we said hello to each other in Spanish, we're going to quickly review what we did last week. Last week, we touched on AR verbs. We introduced ir, dar, and estar. This week, we'll briefly review AR super quick. We'll briefly review ir, dar, y estar. And we're going to do our third objective, which is to introduce the preposition a, and we're going to introduce the contraction a plus el equals al. That's our third objective. Okay, 7th grade, so let's look at page 113 in our books. If you have your book, please go to 113. These are our regular AR verb endings, which I know you guys are great with. Just wanted to review those endings. So it's o, as, a, amos, ais, and an. And I know most of you got this already. So last week we started section 10 and we only did 1 through 4. I thought we'd go ahead and start the video by doing 5 through 8. That way we'll review our AR verbs. Okay, so basically what we need to do is follow the model. The model tells us to take the AR verb and to make a sentence of los alumnos, whatever the verb is, and whatever the rest of the sentence is. So let's ask Victoria if she can read number 5 for us.
Prestar atención.
Prestar atención. And Victoria, what does that mean?
To pay attention.
To pay attention. So the word prestar can mean to pay. Also, boys and girls, it can mean to loan, but in this case, it means to pay attention. Okay, so I'm going to take my whiteboard here, and I'm going to decide, how am I going to do this? Well, I'm going to write los alumnos. And then, Victoria, what happens to that verb when I conjugate it?
So prestar becomes prestan.
Very good. So I would write los alumnos prestan atención. So, Victoria, how did you know what pronoun we're using?
Well, los alumnos is more than one student. So you would know that it's ellos.
Right, it's ellos. It's they pay attention. The students pay attention can be substitute for they pay attention. That's why we drop the AR and insert AN, because we're conjugating for ellos. All right, number 6. Victoria, could you go back to page 113 and read that for us?
Tomar apuntes.
Tomar apuntes. And what does that mean?
To take notes.
To take notes. So I would start off my sentence with los alumnos. And now tell me what to do to that verb.
Tomar becomes toman.
Toman. Very good. Toman apuntes. All right, so there's my ending again, AN. And of course, the pronoun that I was conjugating for is what, Victoria?
Ellos.
Ellos. Good. Number 7, we're almost done. What's number 7 say?
Estudiar mucho.
Estudiar mucho. To study a lot. Estudiar means to study. So I'm going to write los alumnos. I'll drop that AR. And what do I put, Victoria?
AN.
AN. So can you read the sentence once I'm all done with it, Victoria?
Yes. Los alumnos estudian mucho.
Good. There's the AN. All right. Number 8. Last one, boys and girls, on page 113.
Sacar notas buenas.
Sacar notas buenas. Now, if you remember, we learned about those vocab words at the beginning of chapter 4. What's sacar notas buenas?
To get good grades.
Right, to receive or to get good grades. So sacar is an AR verb. I'm going to drop that AR. And what am I going to insert, Victoria?
AN.
AN. So los alumnos sacan notas buenas. All right. So take a look at this real quick, boys and girls at home. And Victoria, go ahead and just read that real quick for us, 5 through 8.
Los alumnos prestan atención. Los alumnos toman apuntes. Los alumnos estudian mucho. Los alumnos sacan notas buenas.
Good. So they were all conjugated for ellos because they were all speaking about the students.
Great.
Continuing on, we're going to review some vocabulario, some vocabulary from Capítulo 4. Some of these, obviously, you know from the beginning of the chapter, and others you actually picked up last chapter. So here we go. We're going to have Monica with us now. So number 1, I'll read it, and Monica will tell us the definition. Clase de español.
Spanish class.
Perfect. Clase de biología.
Biology class.
Excellent. La cafetería.
The cafeteria.
El laboratorio.
The laboratory.
El gimnasio.
The gym.
La papelería.
The paper store. The stationery store.
Good. And if you remember 7th grade, La Papelería, we also talked about how in the U.S. we kind of go to Home Depot or Office Depot, and that would kind of be a Spanish papelería. In Spain, they call it La Papelería. Notice very carefully that La Cafetería is a feminine noun, so that's why the article is la. El laboratorio, Monica, is what actually?
Masculine.
Good. Gimnasio is what?
Masculine as well.
And papelería is considered
Feminine.
feminine. Now in this case, all the A's actually ended up being feminine, and all the ones that ended in O ended up being masculine. But that always won't be the case. There are exceptions, and sometimes the word might end in an E, and you just have to memorize if it's masculine or feminine. Alrighty, now that we reviewed this vocabulary, let's slide this over, and let's go to section 18. So if you have your book at home, you're going to turn to 117. Section 18. This is super easy, and basically it's for your pronunciation and also to review the verb ir. Now the verb ir means to go, and when you conjugate that for yo, it becomes voy. Basically it tells us, perdón, ¿a dónde vas? Excuse me, where are you going? And what we have to do is sigan el modelo, which means follow this little model. So here's a boy, and the girl's asking a question. So he's going, I'm going to school. And she says, excuse me, where are you going? Basically, we're reviewing voy. And we're also reviewing our vocab. Here we go. Number 1, I'll read this, and Monica is going to be the girl. Voy a la clase de español.
Perdón, ¿a dónde vas?
Number 2, voy a la clase de biología.
Perdón, ¿a dónde vas?
Number 3, voy a la cafetería.
Perdón, ¿a dónde vas?
Voy al laboratorio.
Perdón, ¿a dónde vas?
Voy al gimnasio.
Perdón, ¿a dónde vas?
Voy a la papelería.
Perdón, ¿a dónde vas?
So basically, she kept asking me, where are you going? Even though I already told her. And the whole point of that is to review all of these vocab, boys and girls, and also to review the verb ir. So objective 3 for this video is going to be las contracciones al y del. We're going to divide up this situation, and we're only going to do the contraction al for today. We don't want the video to be too long. So number 1, we're going to ask Monica to read this part, and then we're going to ask Victoria to go ahead and read the examples. All right, Monica, number 1.
The preposition a means to or toward. A contracts with the article el to form one word, al. The preposition a does not change when used with the other articles, la, las, and los.
Thank you, Monica. Now, Victoria, could you read the examples and also the formula box?
A más el equivale al. En la escuela voy al laboratorio. Después voy a la cafetería. Y después voy a las tiendas.
Thank you so much, Victoria. So looking at this carefully, you'll notice there's a formula box. A plus el equals al. So what you're doing, boys and girls, is when you notice that the noun here is masculine, and you know that that would be el laboratorio, you cannot say a el. You're going to drop that E and squish the L and the A together and form a new word called al. So that's why you would say, en la escuela voy al laboratorio. At school, I go to the laboratory. Now, if the noun is feminine and it has the la in front of it, you don't have to worry about anything. You just say, después voy a la cafetería. You're saying, afterwards, I go to the cafeteria. Remember, a means to or toward. And number 3 example that Victoria just read us, y después voy a las tiendas. Tiendas means stores or shops. And you're basically saying, and afterward, I go to the shops. Now, shops is feminine plural, so you just keep las, and you don't have to contract. Y después voy a las tiendas. So we're only going to be concentrating on this number 1. This red number 1 on page 118 is our... As a quick review before we do some examples, the preposition a means to or toward. A contracts with the article el, like we just explained, to form one word, al. This is a new word. You can kind of think of, like in English, we say are not, and when it contracts, it becomes aren't, or is plus not is isn't. Kind of like that. You can think of something like that. So here's the formula box. A plus el equals al. Here's an example. Now, Victoria, could you read the wrong way of saying this particular sentence?
En la escuela voy a el laboratorio.
And why is that wrong?
Because it has an el separately.
It has a and el separately. And are you allowed to put them together like that?
No.
Right. So this is wrong. We have to contract. Okay, now can you read the right way for us, Victoria?
En la escuela voy al laboratorio.
Perfect. So if you see, boys and girls, this is incorrect. You would not do that. You would go, en la escuela voy al laboratorio. In order to know this, you're looking at the noun and you're looking to see if it's masculine or feminine. So keeping in mind what we just did, let's go ahead and practice. This is what your assignment is going to look like. So here are your options. Number 1, you're either going to write al on the blank, or a la, or a los, or a las. All right, number 1. Victoria, read that for us saying blank.
Voy blank clase.
Good. Voy blank clase. I am going to blank class. So I'm going to look at clase. Victoria, is clase a masculine or a feminine noun?
Feminine.
It's feminine. So if it's feminine, I know that I would pick option 2. Voy a la clase. And it's very important, 7th grade, to keep a space in here because this is one word and this is another word.
Marta va blank hotel Hilton.
Gracias. Marta va blank hotel Hilton. Hotel is a noun. It's hotel. And now, is that feminine or masculine?
No sé.
Okay, you don't know? It's actually masculine. So if it's masculine, it would be el Hotel Hilton. But I can't do el, so what's my option, my correct option, Victoria?
Al.
Al, all right. So can you read it now for us?
Marta va al Hotel Hilton.
Perfecto. I'll read number 3. Fernando va blank piscina. Fernando goes blank pool. Well, I have to ask myself, piscina is a feminine noun. So it's Fernando va al piscina or a la piscina. Which of these two is it, Victoria?
A la.
A la. I leave a space because it's two separate words. Number 4, Victoria, read about Señora Martínez.
Señora Martínez escucha blank maestros.
Good. Señora Martínez escucha. Mrs. Martinez listens blank teachers, male teachers. Well, these are male teachers, so obviously it's masculine, but is it singular or plural, Victoria?
Plural, because it's more than one.
Excellent. So now which of these options would I put here, Victoria?
A los.
A los. All right, good job, Victoria. So, Señora Martínez escucha a los maestros because it's masculine plural. All right, number 5, I'll do 5. Eduardo da un regalo blank profesoras. Eduardo gives a gift blank female professors. All right, I'm looking at female professors. I know that's a feminine noun, but it's also plural. So now I ask myself, which of those options at the top could it be? Victoria, which of these 4 would I put for number 5?
A las.
A las. And explain to us why.
Well, a las, it's talking about feminine, which is profesoras. And we also see with profesoras that it's more than one profesora. So it's plural.
Good. So las would come in front of profesoras, and we want it to see to the teachers, right? Eduardo gives a gift to the female professors. Perfect. Number 6. All right. Go ahead and finish that up for us, Victoria.
Isabel va blank negocio en la mañana.
Good. Isabel goes blank store in the morning. Negocio means store. So is it masculine, Victoria, or feminine?
Masculine.
And is it plural or singular?
Singular.
Singular. So I go up here and I could say Isabel va al negocio, or would I say Isabel va a la negocio?
Al.
Al. Very good. So now looking at these examples, 7th grade, we noticed that number 2 did the contraction. And what's the other number that did the contraction, Victoria?
Number 6.
Number 6. All right, guys. So for your assignment, it's going to look just like this. Here is your assignment, 7th grade. Lesson 6, Assignment 6, Week 6. The title of your assignment is La Contracción Al. It is due this Friday, April 24, 2020 by 1 p.m. Boys and girls, some of you guys are not watching the videos. I have been notified, like I said last week. So I'm going to ask you a code question on your assignment. Please write this down. The code number for this video is 783. I'll say it again. The code number for this video is 783. Take note of that, 783. All right, the directions are, Monica, read those directions for us.
Read each sentence, then insert on the blank one of these contractions or phrases al, a, la, a, las, or a los.
Good job. So, el lunes voy blank laboratorio. On Monday, I go blank laboratory. You're going to look at the word laboratorio. You're going to ask yourself, is it masculine? Is it feminine? Is it singular or is it plural? Monica, is laboratorio masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
Masculine. And is it singular or plural?
Singular.
So would you put al on the blank or would you put a la?
A la.
Oh, that would be wrong. El lunes
Al.
voy, right, al, because al is for the masculine.
Yes.
Alrighty. So boys and girls, we just gave you the answer for number 1. El lunes voy al laboratorio. Be careful, if it's masculine singular, you put al. Another point, do the children need to put a space between a and la, Monica?
Of course.
Why? Why? Tell us a little bit because of the reason. Why do they need that space?
It is because a is a preposition and la is the article.
Very good. And they're 2 separate words. Excellent. El miércoles voy blank escuela. On Wednesday, I go to school. El domingo voy blank iglesia. On Sunday, I go to church. El martes voy blank gimnasio. On Tuesday, I go to the gym. El viernes voy blank tiendas. On Friday, I go to the shops or to the stores. Be careful with number 5. All right, number 6. Victoria, read that quickly.
Yo escucho blank profesores.
Good. Number 7. Nosotros vamos blank cine. Cine is the noun. If you don't know if cine is feminine or masculine, look it up. You can go on the internet and look it up. We go to the movies. Nosotros vamos blank cine. And I'll just tell you one thing. It is not plural, it's singular. All right, Roberto escucha blank profesoras. Robert listens to the female professors. And number 9, Monica.
Yo voy blank Ciudad de Nueva York.
If you don't know if this is feminine or masculine, look it up. All right, number 10. Elena va blank negocio por la tarde. Elena goes to the store in the afternoon. You gotta ask yourself, is negocio masculine or feminine? All right, the directions are use the verb dar. Remember we learned dar last week? To conjugate for the following sentences, look at the pronoun, and that will help you do that conjugation. Video question. Monica, read the video question 14.
Hundreds of fossil bones were found at the archaeological site. How old are these bones?
You're probably saying, Ms. Webster, what are you talking about? Well, if you watched the beginning of this video, you would have seen in the welcome video that I speak of a particular archaeological site. If you don't remember, go back and watch that part. And number 15, ask it, Monica, for us.
What is the code number for this video?
And I already told you. All right, 7th grade, you have come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. And don't forget to tune in next week for video 7. Have a good one.